Hey everybody, my name is Austin and I'm making this video to show you how to crochet these crowns. Hold on. Okay, cool. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the crown and then I'm going to do the tutorial and I will add like video sections so you can skip to the tutorial if you don't care about what I'm about to say. But basically, I came up with this pattern, kind of stuck a bunch of different patterns together into one that worked, and I was commissioned by the Cavetown merchandise store to make 500 of them. So I did crochet 500 of these crowns, which was really crazy, but it was awesome. They got sold all over the world, and it made me really happy. But that was a few years ago, and since then, people have been asking me how I made them and asking for tutorials. So I thought I would go ahead and do that. The snow has canceled my work and my rehearsals, and I am supposed to be working on music, but I am not doing that. They are relatively stretchy, so realistically, I think one size could fit a majority of people, but you can make it any size you want. The pattern is written in a way that you can size it any way you want. Yeah, and for the ones that I sold through the Cavetown merchandise store, they have daisies on them in different kinds of patterns, which you can do if you want to, but the tutorial today is just for this base crown. So live, laugh, love, and let's get started. I've never filmed this way, so I hope it looks okay, but basically this is the crown. It does have like an outside and an inside, and I do work continuously, like in circles. It consists of this stretchy base foundation part, and then these rows, and then these spikes, which is how I've sort of divided up the pattern. Oh, it also does sort of have a seam in the back, which if you crochet in a cleaner fashion than me, I'm sure that can become invisible. So supplies wise, I would recommend a crochet hook between 4 millimeters and 5.5 millimeters. I have really bad tight tension when I crochet, so I opt for a bigger crochet hook. This is a 5 millimeter crochet hook. And then for the actual crowns that I sold, I used Impeccable Solid yarn in acrylic by Loops and Threads in the color gold, but any size 4 medium weight yarn works. For today, I'm going to be using the same kind of yarn, but in a different color. But you can make them in any color of the rainbow, honestly. If you're following along with the written pattern that I made, I'm starting where it says base, and this is going to be the foundation of the crown. I came up with a foundation chain, kind of hodgepodged, a version of a stretchy foundation chain, but if it's too confusing for you or you find something better, you can do that. You can even start with a single crochet foundation chain. It just might not be as stretchy, but here is how I do that. So I start with a slip knot. I insert my hook and I do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then I yarn over and I insert my hook back into the slip stitch. I pull through the yarn, pull through loop, and then I yarn over, I pull through 1 loop, yarn over, I pull through 2 loops, I yarn over, I pull through the last 2 loops. And that's sort of what you're going to continuously be doing for the foundation. So I'm going to show you again now working off of this big foundation stitch thing that we've started with. I yarn over. I insert my hook into the last stitch. It gets a little messy about where you insert your hook, but just kind of there. I pull through a loop, I yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll show it another time, but you just do that until you have the length of the crown that you want. Yarn over, insert my hook into the last stitch, pull through that yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2 loops. And you can see it creates this sort of stretchy foundation chain, and I'm just going to continue that until it wraps comfortably around my head. I've ended up with a length that fits comfortably around where I want it to sit on my head. As you can see, it's about the same length. You fold it over, see how it is. If you want to, you could use a tape measure and measure around your head and figure that whole thing out. But anyways, so that should be about the end of the base foundation chain or whatever sort of foundation chain you're using for this project. The next part is a little silly. It's not very proper crochet, but it's just what I did in order to make so many of these, is how I attach the ends of the base together. What I sort of did is I did one slip stitch to it here and one slip stitch to it here, and I'll show you how I sort of did that. So I've just finished crocheting this base. I'm going to grab the other end, make sure it's not twisted at all, and I sort of insert, sorry, let me move this tail end. I insert my hook into like two little stitches at the bottom of where I began, grab my yarn, and I do a slip stitch, yarn over, pull it all the way through, and then I just do like another slip stitch to attach sort of the top parts of the two. I'm not good at filming like this, oh my god. Anyways, so then I find two little loops to stick my hook through, and then find two other little loops to stick my hook through in order to kind of sew the two ends together, if that makes any sense at all. I hope it does. So there's that second slip stitch. So now it is one continuous circle. Ta-da! And we can start building up the height of the crown, which is relatively the easiest part of the crown. So I'll show you how to do that. So I've just combined the two ends of my foundation chain. I'm going to actually chain one to get up on top of that. And this is the only time I do this during the project. I'm going to turn my work so that we go the opposite way. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I made a bajillion of these and that's what I did. So basically, yeah. And then we're just going to work in rows of half double crochet to build up the height of the crown. And half double crochet is just yarn over, insert your hook into one of the stitches, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. And since this foundation chain is a little wacky, it can be hard to see where exactly you do the half double crochets, but I just kind of make it work. I'll show you another half double crochet, yarn over, insert into like 2 little loops of this foundation chain, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 3, half double crochet. Beautiful. I'm going to continue this process all across the length of the crown. And the half double crochets get easier once you're doing half double crochets on top of half double crochets. It's a little confusing while you're doing the half double crochets on top of this foundation chain, but trust it will get easier, twin. Yarn over, insert. I'm going to continue doing that along the base of this until I reach back to here, and then I'll check in with you guys. Okay, I'm reaching back up at this seam where we started. As you can see, it's building up the length. It's looking pretty good. I've done about 52 stitches across, so I think the whole crown for me was about 55 stitches around, but I'm going to show you how I sort of link up and
Let's
then
link up later.
continue. So I'm getting near to the end here where we started. There's another stitch here. And I'm back at this seam. And I'm just going to kind of pick 2 stitches so that, it's secure and it looks okay. Um, so obviously yarn over, and I think I'm just going to stick my hook through these 2 stitches. And then I'm going to start going on top of, God, I'm so bad at filming at this angle. I don't know how craft people do this. And now I'm going to start adding rows to build up the length, like the height of the crown. And I'm not going to turn my work to go this way. I'm going to keep going around this way. I yarn over, and I'm about to go on top of it, inserting into that half double crochet. And wow, now we're on that second layer of half double crochet, which is technically our 3rd row counting the foundation chain. I do about 3 layers of the half double crochet, which makes about 4 rows in total, including the foundation chain. But yeah, I continue doing this around the crown, these half double crochets. But you can make it taller or shorter depending on the look that you're going for. And I'll check back up when I'm happy with the height of the crown. Okay, I've done about 3 rows of the half double crochet. As you can see, that's about the height of this portion of the crown. And I got back to where, like my seam, where I started. So I'm going to do a couple more so I can close that up. And then I'm going to start on the spikes of the crown, which seem really confusing at first, but I promise they aren't. It is essentially a double crochet, it is essentially two double crochets, a half double crochet, and then another double crochet, and then you chain two, and then you mirror it, but I will walk you through that. So we've just finished those half double crochets, and here's how to make the spikes. You're gonna yarn over. I would normally go into this crochet, but I'm going to skip one and go into that one, and I'm going to continuously work into this stitch. So I yarned over, I insert into that next stitch, I pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up two, yarn over, go through two, and I do the same thing. It's sort of a half double crochet, yarn over, go to the same stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. I'm going to do the same thing, but it's a half double crochet. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through three, that's a half double crochet, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. So that's one side of the crown, and now we need to make the little top part of the crown. I'm going to do a chain two, chain one, chain two. And then I'm going to mirror the same stitches I just did, but on the other side, still going into the same stitch. Yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. Then I'm going to do the half double crochet one, yarn over, insert it into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through three, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through two, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. Let me zoom in. I have just done all of those stitches, and then I'm going to secure it back onto the crown. I have this loop on my hook. I'm going to skip this stitch, go into the next one, and do a slip stitch. Insert my hook into there, grab that yarn, pull through that, pull through that. That's a slip stitch. This is your first spike. All right, I've done that one spike. We're going to do another one. I'm going to yarn over and skip this stitch, which is what I would normally go into, and go to this stitch instead. And that's the one we're going to keep working into. So I have that yarn over, insert into there, grab the yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. That's a double crochet. We're going to do the same thing again. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. And now we're going to do the half double crochet one. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through the three loops, and then another double crochet, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. And then we got to do that top part of the spike. So I'm going to chain one, chain two. Do the same thing but mirrored, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. Now the half double crochet one, yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull through three. And then two more double crochets, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. That's the next spike, and we got to secure it to the crown again. So I'm going to skip one stitch, go into that next one, do a slip stitch, insert my hook, grab the yarn, slip stitch, pull through both of them. So that is two of the spikes, and that's just what we're going to keep doing. Okay, I have worked the spikes all the way around the crown. I'm getting to the end, and we are going to basically be doing the same thing, but I wanted to check back in because sometimes with the number of stitches and the number of spikes, it gets like a little uneven. So I was going to show you how adjust the final spike or two at the end just so that it fits perfectly. So I can tell that when I do this spike, I'm going to put all my stitches into this stitch and then finish it right here. But if I wanted it to be more cohesive with this spike, I could finish the spike instead, like right here. So I just did this last spike. I'm gonna yarn over, insert into the next stitch, do my double crochet, do my next double crochet, do my half double crochet, do my next double crochet, chain two, double crochet, half double crochet, two double crochets. Wow, this color looks really ugly on camera. I promise it's like a buttery yellow in person, I promise. Okay, so I've just done this, and technically, if I follow my rules, I would skip this stitch and insert into this one, but I kind of want it to be more cohesive with this spike. So I'm actually thinking about inserting it into here. Let's see how that looks. think I like how that, yeah, I think I like how that looks. So, but that is basically the end of the crown. I'm going to show you how I finish the whole project. I take the long tail of the yarn, clip it so that I have some length to work with. I do a slip stitch, so I pull it through. But now I have these two tail ends right at the seam here, and I'm just going to do a couple more knots with them and then use a darning needle to sew it into, like weave the ends in is what people call it, weave the ends into the crown. That is basically the crown. I hope that wasn't too horribly confusing and bad to watch. Here is the final crown we just made. Looks pretty good, but thank you so much for following along. I hope it wasn't too horribly confusing. But yeah, the pattern is super flexible. I've made them for babies and for kids and for pets. I'll add like a chin strap for pets. But thanks so much for your support on these crowns. I can't believe so many people bought them. It was a dream come true to work with one of my favorite musicians in the world. And I hope that you guys make some of these. If you do and you post them, please tag me so I can see your beautiful creations. I'll post this written pattern. But thank you for watching. Have a good day.
Sir, ain't nothing but a corn dog. Ketchup and mustard all the time. Ain't nothing but a corn dog. You want horseradish? You ain't no friend of mine.